Chelsea 2, Newcastle 1, and what a victory for the Blues it was today. And again, a lot of people will come into this and argue, if you're a Chelsea fan, if you're not a Chelsea fan, more so, you'll say, you rely on Palmer too much. It's Cal Palmer this, it's Cal Palmer. Yes. And Billy Gilmore. Sorry, completely irrelevant. It's just, I like to say it. It was a very, very, very cold day in London with Cole Palmer running rampant, to say the least, to say the absolute least. And goodness gracious me, arguably one of the greatest through balls I have ever seen in my life. I've seen plenty. An absolute storm. An absolute fantastic, game from Cole Palmer and a lot of the players in general. We'll get through that in just a second. I have just been informed that the nerd that is Dan has got 73 points on his fantasy. I've got 52. 52 points. If I'm not mistaken, mate, I was up to 6th. I'm now down to 8th. And Dan, you've just overtaken me, you bastard. You absolute bastard. You're on 30. It's a sad, sad day. Dan has overtaken me on Fantasy League. Well, either way, Chelsea with the win. It's a glorious day all said and done because Chelsea have won, Palace have beaten Tottenham, and West Ham have beaten Manchester United. My goodness me, what a day it is for Chelsea Football Club because, if I'm not mistaken, we are now up to 4th once again. We are above Arsenal. So if Liverpool win, it's like, oh, yeah, it's not the worst. It's not the end of the world. But at the same time, if it's a draw, we're only 5 points off of Liverpool. I think I would prefer, I don't know. They're on 21. A draw would probably be for the best. No, a draw would probably be for the best, but I don't know. Am I stick around for the Arsenal game? I'm not. I'm going to watch that in the living room and decompress because we've got another game on Wednesday coming up. So the solo watch along tour is continuing soon, and we're going to be here for it. Do you know what I mean? Again, for those of you that are tuning into this as a video or whatever, the solo watch alongs are back. No more Alex, no more other voices. It is just me, myself, and I, and yourselves truly as well. And all the emotions that come along with Chelsea games as they come along. It is, great to be back. And what a game it was. What an absolutely fantastic game it was to come back for, to doing this on my own. Couldn't have asked for a better game personally. It had VAR, it had disallowed goals, it had Palmer scoring, it had everything you could have possibly wanted. And 3 points at the end of the day is all that you ask for when it comes to Chelsea. And we've got that. And as we established, we are now with, still a one game to play with between Arsenal and Liverpool in just a few minutes. We are 4th in the league. Was that 6 points off of top place Manchester City. It's been worse. It really, really has been worse. Thinking back to the game, as I see Dennis Bergkamp at the at the Emirates, the referee did try to make a name for himself. Everyone knows the guy. Everyone recognizes the guy. But it is one of those things where you just think, what are you doing? Some of these decisions, like Christopher Nkunku getting booked towards the end of the game, was just like a bit of a, what the fuck is going on? What are you doing? It's weird. It was a strange decision to make. It was never a yellow card, and Nkunku could have easily been gone, through on goal there. Arguably, lucky to stay on the pitch at that point. It's always the follically challenged referees, as I said in the stream. Looking at the performances from everyone else, though, I thought Sanchez had one blip towards the beginning, at the beginning of the game, and It was just a pretty bog standard Sanchez game. I think he made some good saves. He did get booked towards the end, but that was more for time wasting than anything else. In defense, I thought Gusto actually wasn't terrible. He started on the right and then got subbed. James started on the left and then finished on the right. It was a bit strange. I feel like Fofana was a bit of a doopy one at the same time. I think he got himself in a bit of a sticky one. If he comes out of this without an injury, I'll be surprised, because he really, really hurt himself in the first, exchange, and then second exchange it got a little bit worse, blocking the ball. I'll be doing proper ratings tomorrow in a video tomorrow. Player ratings always come out the day after, once I've had a bit of time to talk about, think about the game. Fofana, a terrible tackle as well, I must say, to get that yellow card. Involved in the goal, it really wasn't his fault in any way, shape, or form. It was more so down to James. I would blame that on. Not tracking his man, not tracking Alexander Isak, and I don't think I need to watch it back before I state any player ratings, as I will do tomorrow in tomorrow's video. But I don't think Colwill changed his. He didn't look around as if James was like man on. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't one of those. So I think poor from James in that exchange leading to their goal. And I just think Colwill and Fofana, they got better throughout the game, but when it has a start of the first half, fucking awful. And I'm still not a fan of them together personally, and I can say that now that Alex won't have a go at me for don't talk about my boys and all that bollocks. But it's just they're just not gelled together just yet. It'll come, it will come, but just not yet. Lavia, I think, had a very, very good game. Also got an assist as well in the build-up for Palmer's goal. And, of course, Caicedo as well, I thought had a very good game. Neto, fantastic performance from him. He's been thrusted into the Chelsea 11 after, trying to fight his way through. Sancho was dropped for whatever reason. Still not sure what happened there. But, Neto made the most of it. He really did make the most of it. Palmer does what Palmer does best, and that is score. And it wasn't an assist from him, but it might as well have been. Fuck me! What a pass from Cole Palmer, and what a goal from Cole Palmer. I was saying in my TikTok review just a second ago that, second half starts, Cole Palmer just comes out the gates thinking, fuck off. I'm sick of this. It's not being 1-1. I'm going to score. And he just runs, and you think, Cole Palmer could have a shot from here. He does. Maybe Nick Pope could have done a little bit better, but Palmer's just gone, fuck off, and has a fucking shot in the back of the net. 2-1. There you go. Bob's your uncle. Fanny's your aunt. Chelsea 2. Newcastle 1. That's all she wrote for the rest of the game. Madueke, I think a lot of people had criticisms about. I think he could have done a little bit better, but when you're coming up against a Neto who is just massively in form in a game like this, he's taken the game by the scruff of the neck and has played fantastic. It's always going to be a contrast in that regard. Nicholas Jackson, right place, right time, great positioning from him. Couldn't have asked for him, anything more from him. Great goal. Just a proper striker. And again, put some respect on Nicholas Jackson's name. He's there to do the business. He's there when it counts. And he might miss a few sitters here and there, but fuck me! Nicholas Jackson is one of the most clinical, if not the most clinical strikers we've had since Diego Costa and Didier Drogba. I said it. I mean it. If you don't believe it, you don't know what you're fucking talking about. Nicholas Jackson is the real fucking deal. Nkunku as well. He just doesn't quite get into the game because Jackson is just better better suited for Premier League games, as we've seen. Clinical, right time, right place, or right place, right time. If he can work on his one-on-ones a little bit better, that would be great. But tap-ins, he's a fucking marksman. Do you know what I mean? So, with that said, boys and girls, it's Windsor Clock. Solo watch-alongs are back. Thank you so much for watching. Do like the stream. Subscribe. Hit the bell notifications to be notified of any future content on the channel. Player ratings video will come out tomorrow. Whenever that does, I don't really know. I'm working in the office tomorrow, so I haven't got time to do that before work. I might try, but you'll have to wait and see. It'll probably be after I come home. But again, keep an eye out. Keep an eye out for the schedule. Twitter, X. I'm at Harry CFXI. Link is in the description, and links in the bio and all that sort of stuff. Gaming streams. It's Halloween, spooky season. I'm going to be playing some scary games at some point this week, so keep an eye out for that, as well as some FIFA career modes. Until then, thank you so much for such a fantastic welcome back to the world of solo watch-alongs. Chelsea 2, Newcastle 1. It's been a pleasure. All the best. See you later. My name is Harry. Up the Chelsea. And peace.